Channing Tatum's latest blockbuster, Blink Twice, dropped in cinemas on the 23rd of August, so let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back to a brand new video, a brand new movie review. Today we're talking all about Channing Tatum's latest movie, Blink Twice. It landed in cinemas here in the UK on the 23rd of August. I've just been to see it, so let's talk about it. And before we do, as always, just a friendly reminder, these are just my thoughts. Don't let this dictate whether or not you go and see the film, because you may go and see it and feel completely differently to me, and that's okay, because movies aren't made to cater for everyone. So without any further ado, let's start talking about it. And I'm not going to lie, I wasn't overly impressed by the movie. The movie obviously covers quite a lot of deep, powerful themes, and so much so that before the movie even starts, there's a trigger warning disclaimer before the movie properly begins. So that kind of shows you how much really that they are addressing and tackling these deep and powerful themes of domestic violence, domestic abuse, and abuse of power. And if I'm honest, again, this will vary between different people, but for me personally, I didn't really understand how they were tackling these themes. It was clear that these themes were within the movie, but I'm not sure how they've really done anything to address these themes, to tackle these themes of domestic violence, abuse of power, that sort of things. I'm not really sure what they did. To me, I'm not going to lie, the movie just didn't really make any sense. It's one of those films, if you fall asleep, because I am known to fall asleep in a dark cinema room for 5 minutes and then wake up. If you've done that and you've missed 5 minutes of the film, that's it. You could miss a crucial part of the film, and that's it. You will not understand anything else that's going on. I didn't fall asleep, just to put that out there. But even when I was watching so carefully, I still couldn't fully understand what was going on. It just seemed a really strange, bizarre story. A really strange, bizarre story. And for the first 30, 40 minutes, it was really slow, nothing seemed to happen. And yes, in the first 30, 40 minutes, we understood that these girls met this guy, they're off to an island. That's the basic premise of this movie. And then, from about the 40, 45 minute mark, that's when the actual story begins to happen. But I used the word story very lightly because I just couldn't work out what was happening. I understood what was happening in terms of, right, I'm watching this is what's happening, right, that's what's happening right now. But the story that they were trying to deliver, I couldn't really understand it. I didn't really make out what it was. They're obviously trying, their intention was to tackle these dark and deep themes of, like I say, domestic abuse and things like that. But how they did it, I'm not really sure, because I don't like to spoil these films in my movie reviews because that defeats the whole objective of then going to see the film. But the ending, to me, made absolutely no sense. We've had this really, I don't know what the word is, really powerful, intense scene, and then the final scene happens, and we're like, right, and then the end credits came up. And I genuinely left the screen in just disbelief and utter confusion, because I was like, what? What actually has just happened? And it kind of, I'm not going to lie, I like to be completely honest and share my thoughts, but I did leave the cinema thinking, what on earth have I just watched? I really did. It just, to me, didn't make much sense at all. It was girls playing around with drugs, smoking these cigarettes and things like that, drinking loads of alcohol, and then something happens during the night, and then it happens again the next day, and the next day, and the day after that, and it just kept happening, and I could understand what was going on, but I just couldn't understand the story. It's a really weird thing to say, I know, but I understand the events that were happening, what I was watching, I understand that, but what has this got to do? I don't really understand what the purpose of this is. it almost felt like they tried to make a film with really big amounts of purpose and send across a really powerful message, but I just didn't understand the film's purpose. I didn't get the film's message. I didn't really understand anything. I'm not going to lie to you. So with that in mind, I didn't really enjoy the film at all. If you're somebody that really likes watching complex movies and has to really dig deep for the meaning, have to search, look at every hidden meaning in the film, then you might enjoy this much more than I did. Because to me it was almost like I had to search and discover these hidden meanings of the scenes. And I was like, well, I can't really understand what's going on because I spent more time trying to find out what was happening than actually sitting back and enjoying it. Yeah, it was very kind of there's lots of blood and gore towards the end of the movie. Yeah, to me, it really wasn't a film for me, and I can't really comment much more on it because I just didn't really understand it. I really didn't understand it, so that is all I really have to say on this film. So before I do wrap it up, what do I rate it out of 10? Well, I'm not going to lie, I'm giving it a 2 out of 10. I know, that is the lowest rating I've given to a film on my movie reviews so far. 2 out of 10, and I'm sure you've guessed, will I be buying it on DVD, on physical media? No, I don't have any plans on buying this movie on DVD. I'm glad I've watched it. I can understand somewhat why people enjoy this, but for me, it really, really wasn't for me. But like I say, if you like movies that have deep meanings, hidden meanings that you have to search for and hunt for in between all these scenes, and you may enjoy this film. But for me, yeah, it really wasn't for me. But other than that, thank you very much for watching this movie review. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you found it somewhat helpful. In the description below, as always, is the movie plot. A link to the movie trailer and my movie review playlist is also in the description below. And I hope to see you in another video and hopefully another movie review very soon.